I just pressed record and listen. It's not that funny to you, but I've tried to record this about 8 times, and every time I start to record, a large truck goes by, or somebody with pipes, or somebody really, really loud. You would be surprised how often that happens. Okay, we'll do this again. Need a new one of these. Welcome back to the Everyday Wonder Homestead, and today I'm trying to get one of the projects done that I need to get done, and it's really actually multiple projects, but what they are is I need some more garden beds. And the problem with garden beds is if you have to buy the materials, they can get kind of expensive after a while. So if you can see behind me, I have lots and lots of pallets that I've been collecting over the last few months, and we're going to try to make some garden beds made out of pallets, basically. And so really the only expense I'm going to have is really the screws that I use and the sealer that I use to try to seal the beds to help them last a little bit longer. But other than that, everything else is free. Now the method that I'm going to be using to make these pallet garden beds is from a man by the name of James Prigioni, and I believe his channel is called the Gardening Channel. He's got a lot of really neat, great ideas. I'm not affiliated with him, I don't know him, but I'm telling you, he's got a lot of really good stuff if you want to get on his channel and check it out. A lot of good information. So when you collect these pallets though, you want to make sure that they are safe to use, because some pallets are chemically treated, because you know the pallets are made of wood, so you still have to worry about funguses, you have to worry about bugs, you got to worry about all kinds of stuff. And not all of these pallets are made in our country or in countries next to us. Some of them are shipped from overseas, and they may use different chemicals to try to preserve their pallets or keep insects from being brought into the United States that don't need to be here. And so what you want to look for is you want to look for a stamp on the pallet. You'll see this just like a little stamp, and it'll have information about how the pallet was treated to make it where it was usable. So I'm going to show you a little clip here about that. So when selecting your pallets, you want to look for a stamp. Most stamps are going to have something like HT on them, or I believe it's KD, or they might have MB. If you see this stamp, the HT stands for heat treated, the one with the K stands for kiln dried, and the MB stands for like methyl bromide or something like that. And you want to stay away from the ones that are stamped MB. So that's how you can kind of tell if your pallets are safe to use for your garden, because you definitely don't want those chemicals leaching into your garden. Ew. First thing we have to do is we have to tear these pallets down. So let's check that out. So I've got my first pallet set up here, and in this method, basically what you're going to do is you're going to take each pallet and you're going to get your skill saw and you're going to cut as close as you can to this 2x4, but obviously trying to avoid the nails. You don't have to worry about marking it or keeping it straight, because we have a solution for that later. But you're going to cut all the way down until you've basically cut this 2x4 off and all the little nailed in pieces. Then you're going to basically start right here and do the exact same thing, but you want to get as close to it as you can while avoiding those nails, so that your board is as long as possible, because we're going to make 16-inch boards for our garden bed. And then you come over to this side and you're going to do the exact same thing. Cut them off, cut them off. And you're going to have to cut off several pallets, because a lot of pallets are going to be 5 inches wide on the slats, but these are only around 4 inches, so we're going to have to use extra to make the size beds that we're going to make. And the only problem with that is that means I'm going to have to buy more screws. Okay, so I've basically taken an old fish tank stand that my son built to hold a couple of large aquariums, and I have screwed a old piece of plywood that I had on top to make me a table, and then I've taken my saw and I have basically kind of screwed it into place about as rudimentary as you can. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these boards that we cut, look basically like this. This one's already been finished, but what you're going to do is you're going to take that board and you're going to put it right up against this thing, and you're going to make a straight cut on the end, as straight as possible. And then after you've made that straight cut, then you're going to slide that board across to this stop that I pre-installed at exactly 16 inches, and you're going to cut it again. And when you cut it again, then you're going to end up with a straight even 16-inch board. And so we're going to need a bunch of those. So at 4 inches a piece, 3 per foot, 8 feet. Yeah, got an idea. It's going to take a lot. So let's get started. So what do you think, Mama Sita?
It looks fantastic.
Awesome. What do you think, Harley?
What do you think? Does it look good? You excited? You excited? There it is.
Oh, you sweet puppy.
There it is. Good boy.
So we got everything screwed together, and just to show you a little bit what I did, you take the two panels and you put them together with that piece of wood like I showed you in the video. I went ahead and put a piece of wood down at the bottom too. It seemed like it was a little loose in between, so I think that probably made it a little more sturdy. And in the corners, because I'm going to put a top rail, I went ahead and put those 2x4s on the pieces of 2x4 on the top like that. I didn't angle them for any reason. That's just extra wood that I had. Then I have blocks in the corner, and basically I think it looks pretty good. Got everything oiled up and oiled in, and give you kind of a little idea what it looks like. It's cute, cute, cute. And other than the screws and the oil I used to seal it with, it's free. So we decided we're going to do some other projects too with them. So looking forward to seeing what we can do. What you think, Mama Sita?
I love it.
Love it.
Love it, love it, love it.
Love it. What you think, Harley? Do you love it? Do you love it? Do you love it? I love being pet.
I think it's Harley approved.
Harley approved. Yay. Alrighty, it's done. Well, this garden bed project is finally over. I'm really excited about the results, and it looks fantastic, fantastic. We're gonna get some amendments in here pretty soon and get it all leveled out and put some cardboard in the bottom of it, do all that kind of stuff. And if you're curious about how much money I have into this, I probably have somewhere between $20 and $25 into it. Like I said, basically all I've bought is the screws and the oil that I used to seal it with. Man, I'm just super excited about the results. As far as the project is concerned, I think the only thing I would change is maybe where I placed some of the boards, maybe where I put the blocks and stuff in the corners and stuff to make it easier on final assembly. I didn't make sure that I put a little brace down across on the bottom on both sides because I didn't like how the two panels kind of moved apart a little bit there. But other than that, it looks fantastic, and I'm excited about building more of these. And hey, stay tuned to the channel, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, because we're going to try to do a lot more things with these pallets and see what all we can come up with. We got a lot of stuff to build, and we got a lot of stuff to get planted really quick. So thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next video.